serious. That's gonna, oh my goodness. Goes for the fake up B. There's the forward tilt, doing a lot to keep him in an uncomfortable position, but we got to find that final blow that will get it done. 183%. Min Min is long past due to be KO'd. There's the up tilt.
All right, guys, we are back. The final match of the night and the final match of the main season before playoffs and the All-Star game kickoff. It's going to be Widener versus Western Colorado. Western Colorado, one of the teams that you guys should be watching out for because they started really rough and they have turned this around, making a 1-6 record into 5-6. So all of a sudden, one of the stronger teams, they've got an honest shot at playoffs if they win their play-in game versus St. Francis. But you know what, man? If they win here, they're actually the 4th seed over 5th. Not that it really matters because they're going to have to play either way, but I think they want that moral victory. And it's going to be Bankrolls, one of the subs for Widener, kicking it off. Meanwhile, Rick John with his Falco going first for Western Colorado. Typically, their strategy, I would say, is to field in first.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you don't just turn it around like this and not want it. Okay, you didn't come this far just to come this far, and I think both these two teams have certainly proven just that. Bankrolls looking really good here. You know, we've seen a lot of him, you know, in kind of small dosages, but every time they play, they put on a big performance. But, you know, somebody like, you know, Rick John here, I mean, you got your work cut out for you. Rick John does not go quietly into the night, okay? This Falco has done some damage in this 12-week span, and honestly, I'm sure he's not looking to stop here just because he's going against Bankrolls.
Yeah, absolutely. Falco, one of those characters that I feel like he kind of struggles against Ness, to keep it on 100 with you, bro. But, oh, yeah, all right. That up air. Oh, wow, he survived. Okay, even all the way up there. Yeah, only 107%, so I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. But that up air, man, that's a destructive move.
Yeah, most definitely is, especially on both of their behalf. And so is that up smash, too. Great landing option coverage, man, I got to say. But you know what? There is no platforms here, so it is to be expected. Even though Ness does have some great movement options in the air, up smash just takes no prisoners, man. Back row, yes, going to be a wow. I was going to say something really mean about that move, but you know what? We're spreading the love today, Max. That move is something else. That's what I'm going to say. Back throw is definitely a thing.
Yeah, it's definitely the #1 tool you got to watch out for from Ness. And really just like one of the cruxes of why people hate fighting this character, right? Being able to kill so reliably from a grab, a thorn in anybody's side. But Rick John doing a great job so far. Ooh, looking for that up smash just a little close up. We were telling him, you know, the last time we interviewed him, yo, bro, if you just chilled with the smashes a high percent a little bit, I think you'd be putting so much more work in. And it seems like he's generally playing a bit more reserved. But yeah, you could tell he's a little hungry to get Ness off the screen, and that's going to cost him right there.
Hungry, but might have bit off a little more than he can chew. Oh, I was going to ask, are your eyes bigger than your stomach, sir? He said, no, they are not. I know exactly what I'm looking for. I know exactly what I'm hungry for. And it's to close it out and to keep it close as well. Because I got to say, we've seen Bankroll steamroll in the past. So if there's any player right now to be like to make sure that you keep it close with, it's certainly him. Because Ness just has the ability to beat Falco down.
I'm loving what I'm seeing from both of these guys, just making sure to perform in the clutch. There's so much riding on even just this first stock for both teams. Oh, wow. Rick John going to land right into that jab from Ness. Can't space the back air fully, and Ness is out of shield game so strong. All right, both of them climbing into these mid-percents.
Okay, who's going to pull ahead, though? Here's the real question. Cross up backer, answer back with the backer of his own. Walks the, oh, excuse me, I almost said, there's the walk the dog. I was going to say, are we going to see the yo-yo right at the ledge of the stage? That is the bane, or at least one of the banes of Falco's existence here in this matchup, and Bankrolls proves just a why. Great business right there, as always.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons I'd say that Ness gives characters like Falco a lot of trouble. Off stage is very one-sided if Ness is the one doing the edge guarding. You saw the spike right over the reflector, incredible spacing on that, and then just 2 yo-yos is all it takes to close it out. And Rick John, you saw him panic just a little bit toward the end, pressing on that shield, maybe hoping that he would have grabbed the ledge and been able to roll up, but you got to watch out because you will fall out of that multi-hit, especially being a fast faller like Falco. Got to just do the up B again. Don't press the triggers.
Oh, held shield just a little too long there. You got to be very aware of the percents here versus Ness. I mean, the movement options are very great on foot and the air as well, and they change based on percents. I mean, Ness is never going to not combo you, but there's always that 1 or 2 time point in the match where he's going to go for the back row. He's going to try to bait you out. Oh my God, this is messy.
And you saw out of the up smash, he was ready. He knew that he just had to press the up B again after getting hit out of side B with up smash, right? He knew he would fall out of the multi-hit, but the second time around, just the improper reaction from Rick John, unfortunately, costing him the game, costing his team 1 precious stock. But you know what? If the 1 Doctor or Deekster comes out right now and plays out of their mind, they could definitely even this right back up. And you want to have every stock possible available going into the GZ and Bunkus wonder duo that has held things down for Widener so consistently throughout the season.
Look, I couldn't have said it better myself. You know, GZ and Widener, or GZ on Widener as well as Bunkus have played so well. I mean, and even me saying that is definitely an understatement. I mean, the history has shown that less is definitely more, especially with Bunkus. We don't have a lot of footage of him, despite, you know, him being a crowd favorite, but every time he shows up, he definitely leaves everybody with a great impression of the DDD meta. But before we even get to that, man, we got to get through some of these other matches. Now, Rick John wasn't able to quite clutch it out here versus Bankrose. Bankrose played very solid, played very well, but Ness isn't, you know, a perfect character. You know, Ness isn't unbeatable. You know, he has some weaknesses as well. And if you can figure out a way to get Ness off stage, just keep tapping him as he's trying to up B, or just keep challenging him on his way back to the stage. Sooner or later, you're going to get what you're looking for. So I'm very kind of interested to see how this next is going to play, but it really all depends on the matchup, I would imagine.
Yeah, Ness, far from a perfect character, but a word I would use to describe him is opportunistic. And we saw that right there in that match. Bankrolls sniffing out that reflector on the way up. As, you know, the first time he went for PK Fire, Rick John sent it back at him. Second time, Rick John still had the same idea in mind, but it didn't work out. Ness taking the spike and then capitalizing again on another edge guard. That is this character's strong suit. Taking stocks in some kind of unconventional but very devastating ways. Now we've got the one stock doc coming out, and, you know, funny enough, all he needs to do is take one stock here.
Yeah, but hoping that same turn of breath, he doesn't get taken down to one stock himself. That would be ever so unfortunate. I mean, I guess on one end, you would actually see him achieve his final form on that final side, but on the opposite end, that would certainly hurt the team. You know, players come after him.
We definitely want to see 3 stock doc take 1 stock.
That's right. Most definitely. But it's all going to be, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
It's great when you see this matchup because, you know, it really just all depends on how well which side is using their tools. I mean, if you absorb everything Snake does, and this matchup is pretty, you know, undoable for Snake, but if not, Snake can certainly mess Ness up.
Yeah, I would say this falls into the category of losing matchups for Snake. Not terrible. It's not, you know, his worst by any means, but it is very annoying. Your grenades all of a sudden become a source of health for Ness rather than a source of stress. Oh, but if you place them right, you can end up taking a lot of damage. Oh, that Nikita, though, very unfortunate that Doc has just constantly gotten that absorbed throughout the course of this match.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes sense. Snake plays from such a far distance away, especially from a character like Ness. Ness can just combo the absolute oblivion out of Snake, but the issue is that you also don't want to get too close, though. So, like, what am I to do? I don't want my projectile system to be too telegraphed. Some of them are kind of slow, at least not on the draw, but slow definitely on how they detonate, which gives Ness time to get there and press down B, which, I mean, in a sense, is just making these stocks go twice as long, but great bait and punish. He said, absorb this, homie.
Woo, that forward smash. I can't help but think he was trying to do forward tilt, which would have been great for him there, but instead just gets the slower option, and Bankrolls is going to stuff it out. All right, both of them starting to climb in percents. Yes, the up air will close it out. All right, 1 stock doc. Unfortunately, not a reality just yet, but oh no, so much damage off those PK fires. 53 to open things up. Oh, and the C4. Okay, gotta watch those, man. Gotta be constantly aware of that. And Ness, a character that loves to jump, it's great to have it on the platforms against him.
That's right. It looks like the, I don't want to say the accidental detonation, but it looks like it might have just, was it 26 seconds, 25 and a half?
Yeah. Did it time out? I wasn't sure. I actually was thinking it too.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
Tough break.
Yeah, definitely. But you know what, though? We take those. There's the up air again. This is kind of the danger you run into when you want to get too close on a character like Ness. And wasn't able to find the F smash there that time. Was obviously the...
Oh, no, he blew it up. He blew it up.
Okay, yep. I couldn't tell because it kind of zoomed out very quickly. I mean, I don't want to say that he's not precise, but it had also been quite a bit of time since he had put it down.
He's surgical, bro. That's the one doctor.
Bam. He said, if you're going to KO me from off the top, I'm going to return it the favor. Wow. Just unfortunate that he did lose a stock there, but this is also Snake in a crew battle. I know Snake is at his peak most dangerousness when he has the lead, or at least when the fight is a little bit more even, but you know, we've also seen that, you know, Snake in a crew battle could definitely get the damage done just for being Snake in a crew battle. I got grenades. I can change the tone of the match, the pacing. So let's see.
Yeah, of course, this character equipped with so many good tools to make a comeback. Unfortunately, Doctor is going to be going into this next match with a stock deficit, and it's against either GZ or Bunkus. My money's on GZ just because Bunkus has pretty much exclusively played Anchor for Widener. And if I'm GZ, A man of many characters. I'm probably going Pokemon Trainer, although Wolf is certainly a good option as well. I think they both handle Snake quite well. Wolf probably a little better on paper. PT, though, I mean, you could get some nasty spikes, some nasty edge guards against that recovery with Ivysaur and Charizard.
Yeah, it's never a bad idea to go Wolf in pretty much any matchup for the most part. I don't think Wolf really has any losing ones, maybe some even ones. And I mean, I guess you can maybe argue a slightly lost matchup favor in Wolf's behalf, but really Wolf is really pretty much the all-around guy. But Pokemon Trainer, though, too, you know, the element of surprise and switching between the three characters is certainly something that even some of the most talented players in the world have an issue with dealing with. And we've seen the Ivysaur and the Charizard, more specifically in that combination from them, man, do some crazy stuff, man. So I'm kind of back and forth on it right now, but I would probably have to lean a little bit more towards the Wolf.
Yeah, I think both, of course, very viable options, especially in the hands of GZ, who has just shown himself to be an extremely capable player on so many levels. Often, you know, he doesn't leave much of a mess for Bunkus to clean up.
No, absolutely not. But I am kind of curious, though, here now, because, you know, after that first match just wrapped, I'm like, this match can go one of two ways. Like, Snake can absolutely just destroy most characters in the cast, especially with the lead. Now, obviously, he still won, excuse me. But, like, I've always felt that, like, Snake Ness was a lot closer than how it appeared to be on paper. Because I'm like, all Ness has to do is just absorb. I mean, I don't want to say all he has to do is just absorb some stuff, but, you know, it's certainly something that can be done and makes Snake's life a hell of a lot harder. But I guess no Ness here. We'll leave that one up to the people who are more into stats and matchups. We got ourselves Pokemon Trainer, who we've seen in the past kind of stick it to some of the snakes here.
Yeah, this character has crazy output once they manage to get their hands on you, and Squirtle is where it all starts. Ooh, smart by GZ to respect the grenade, but actually, I don't think he needed to in that situation. It still had a lot of time before it was going to blow up, and Squirtle, with his tinier hitboxes, he actually runs less of a risk of blowing that up by accident. Either way, GZ still in firm control of this match, leading by about 50 here. Oh, Doc's got something to say about it.
There you go. And a lot to say. There is the Nikita. Great Pokemon switch right there. Oh, get off of me. Okay, I do like the option at the ledge, though. Charizard's such a big body. Probably best to stop that pressure by grabbing him. But you really cannot afford to stay in this corner here.
Oh, nor can you afford to charge the up smash for that long. GZ all over that one. Just crashes right into him with the Flare Blitz. Got a stock for stock here.
Very unfortunate. Oh, the up tilt. Still very confused about that hitbox. Good lord. Throws a grenade. No sense in holding that. Okay, the one doctor here looking for something in fast. Squirtle's such a quick opponent, but in that same turn of breath, quick but also very light. Snake doesn't mind trading normals with somebody like Squirtle, all right?
Yep, Ivysaur, though, might be a little bit harder to go ahead and trade with. Of course, you're taking the grenade damage. You're taking potentially an up air, which is so much. Uh-oh, down throw. Oh, GZ looking for a hard read there. I like the attempt. Now, how's Snake getting down here? Oh, I thought he was just going to up air for the kill. Ooh, and they're both dead. GZ only with one stock to go into the next match. Wow. Dude, the kamikaze strat right there. I like it.
Sometimes less is definitely more. Sometimes you just got to turn off the brain and just really let, you know what I'm saying, the body handle it. Wow, let's take a look at these replays here, man. Oh, my God. I mean, it just felt like at that point, that was really your only option left. Like, you couldn't jump because he had your jump cover. You couldn't do neutral get up. Like, just Flare Blitz. All right, when in doubt, take it back to the online 3DS days and just Flare Blitz your way back, all right?
Yeah, that's moves you don't want to trade with include that. Fortunately for the one doctor, he already had the up smash out ready to go. And yeah, that actually was just a true punish. No way was the one doctor able to shield there. So now going into this last match, after that incredible finish from the one doctor, we're going to have one stock of GZ versus 3 from Deekster. And then if Deekster takes this one clean, we get to see the anchor showdown between himself and Bunkus. Oh man, that was so insane. Getting caught by the up smash from Charizard. I feel like the one doctor probably wasn't sure if that was going to hit him or not, but it was certainly worth the trade because, you know, if you didn't go for that, who knows if you would have even taken that stock, right? Charizard can run away with momentum super hard and actually just rip that stock away from you. So I like the idea.
Yeah, and I think one doctor was well aware of that, and I think that's why he made such a point to really not just keep all 3 of the characters at the ledge. I know Squirtle's a little bit more wily than the other two in just movement options, but for sure Ivysaur and definitely Charizard. You get that, up smash setup. You can start reading which way. If they jump early, you can up tilt, forward tilt. If they neutral get up, you grab. Make sure up smash is coming back down. I mean, as I say this, it sounds very simple, but I mean you have to be very well calculated with all that because Charizard can just flare blitz through a lot of it, which we've seen there. Unfortunately, wasn't able to shield it, but was still at least able to get a stock taken. So kind of a good problem right there for the one doctor. But at the end of the day, it wrapped up the way that it wrapped up. But I gotta, really tip my hat to just how great he played in the corner. That was great Snake gameplay.
Yeah, and the one doctor going to be going into this match, or rather, the Western Colorado team going to be going into this match exactly where they stood before the one doctor fought GZ, which is just only one stock down. So not too bad. Of course, Deekster with his work cut out for him. Two very strong players stand in his way, but it is only 4 stocks to 3. Not the worst deficit you could be facing.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, we've certainly seen worse. We've seen, comebacks, from this type of, environment before, but I don't want to say that it's a matter of how much they want it, because I mean, to say that would certainly be a slap in the face to both teams. I'm sure both teams, if they made it to this point in time with the record that they have, they certainly want it, but you're going to have to just dig down just a little deeper to pull yourself out of here. So Pokemon Trainer on one side, and of course Wario on the other here. This, I mean, if you know anything, if you watch even a pinch of Smash Ultimate from the beginning, then you've seen a good amount of both of these two.
Yeah, also, I just want to point out, very cool that Western Colorado started to turn things around and show up to be a strong team in the circuit. Colorado, not a state that's been known to have an incredibly strong scene for Ultimate. In Melee, though, they have Cyrox, one of the best players in the world, who I believe is like on temporary hiatus due to hand issues. I know he's come back with the box, not sure if he's still competing online. And they also had a lot of really strong PM players, but Smash 4, Brawl, Ultimate, definitely something they've struggled to kind of get a real footing in. Of course, many talented players have come out of there, but none to break out to, say, PGR level just yet. And it's good to see that even in the west of Colorado, which is almost no man's land, these guys are still here to play.
Yeah, they're kind of in their own little stratosphere. I mean, they're just close enough to California, but then, they're also kind of really close to the Midwest too, so you get a healthy mix of both. So, like, Colorado, they're really good at, like, filling up brackets and making, like, the competition very tough and thick for the other side, but I've yet to really see anybody, at least for Smash 4 and Ultimate, really, like, break loose. But, I mean, I guess it's just never too late. Never too late, man. They have Shu and Bang out there. They have a...
Yep.
Oh, God, what's his... JFK. I don't know if he still plays Yoshi. He did in 4, and he was really good.
Yep, they got the brothers, Jesus and Fabian.
Oh, yeah. Jesus is absolutely filthy. I don't know if I've ever seen Fabian play. Oh, my God. That's neither here nor there. We got to talk about that backer off the ledge. All right. Yes, Charizard's a big body, but you can't get too handsy with him because that backer will come out.
Yeah, move is so dangerous, and I love how GZ used that coming off the ledge, using both of his mid-air jumps. And of course, the characters with multiple mid-air jumps, they can turn around during that. So, quick way to get a back air off the ledge, and quick way to get a stock. Deekster now, at best, is fighting Bunkus with 2 stocks, and, pretty much anyone's odds against Bunkus are already kind of stacked against them. We've seen just statistically, this guy is close to unstoppable in the Aces series, but you want to fight him with a full loadout if you can.
Yeah, Bunkus is pretty bad at losing. Oh my God, yeah, just lets it rip. He knew that he was going to try to press a button on his way back to the stage, and he said, here's a down special for your troubles, man. Whoever smelt it definitely dealt it. Great stuff by Deekster, moving into the next game with an unfortunate stock loss. But, you know what, though? I can't even say we've seen crazier comebacks, because the only person who's actually beat Bunkus would have been Ice on Deck, maybe?
Yeah, I believe Ice is the only person to formally eliminate Bunkus from a crew battle, because he's always gone in last, and Widener has not lost to anybody else.
Yeah, so I don't want to say we've seen crazier comebacks, because we haven't, but if there was ever a time to show what you got and really send a message and just set the tone for how All-Star Game and playoffs are going to go, it's definitely now in your match versus Bunkus here.
Yep, Deekster, it's time to see what you're made of, bro. He is definitely put up big results for Western Colorado, instrumental to their success, taking the last couple games from a pretty bleak opening to the season. So I got to shout him out on that front. But does he have what it takes to take on the big man?
We will see. We've seen the Deekster go absolutely crazy. Wario, despite the nerfs, whatever, people have everything to say about Wario, and I get it. He's not pleasant to fight. A little awkward to play as well, too. And of course, Waft, I'm sure, doesn't make the character very liked either. But you know, say what you want, the character's still very good, very viable. The thing about DDD though is that the DDD is not regarded as like a higher tier character, but Bunkus is such a high tier player that just elevates the character itself. So you're kind of seeing like kind of, you know, two different kind of, I mean, but I don't know. I also don't want to say Deekster's bad. I'm just saying statistically, Bunkus hasn't really lost to anybody. So we're seeing kind of a clash of two different kind of ideologies and play styles kind of come together in the middle, with the exception of a stock loss. Yeah, so no matter which way it goes, you gotta, of course, account for that.
Yeah, I mean, neither of these players to be slept on by any means. I'm not sure how I would call this matchup, by the way, because DDD has a lot of range, and that's something that Wario generally struggles with, especially coming from a power hitter who's going to be closing those stocks out, and Wario really does thrive on his survivability. Meanwhile, DDD is combo food, and I think, you know, that goes a lot longer of a way than it sounds if we're only mentioning one thing going against him here, but, like, he can take so much damage just from losing one exchange. We're going to see him jumpless, but uses the bike to get back through the Gordo. All right.
Yeah, I like that down there too on the top platform. I think it looks like he was either going to go for up tilt or try to jump up and catch Deekster on his way down. So very smart to use downer to cover yourself. I usually don't say it's best to land with the button, but when you're in that deficit and Deekster, you know, just really struggling to get back on the center stage versus Bunkus, press a button, please. I mean, at the worst, you go for a trade, but you got to get Bunkus off your tail.
Good tech chase there with the up tilt. I think I just saw the first charge of Waft blink on Wario, so this is looking a little bit better for him. If he can take the stock nice and early here, should kill DDD, I want to say around 100%, maybe 90 or 80 if they're all the way out there. But yeah, we need to see some action start happening on Deekster's side.
Yeah, and fast. Oh my, are you kidding me?
He just knew that was going to hit and set him up perfectly for the dash attack. Wow, insane setup there by Bunkus.
Right, and we got a battle of two characters that like to eat the opponents. At least in Wario's behalf, it kind of recovers a little bit of health. Oh, and he's just gonna, yeah, he's like, look, homie, get in my belly. We're jumping off stage, man. Stop playing with me.
Oh, yeah, we've got two hungry boys being played by two hungry men at this point. And I don't know, Deekster with a mountain to climb in front of him. Just one stock remaining for Bunkus. But of course, Wario, as the old adage goes, he only has to take two stocks to win, right? And so if we see Deekster take one right here, outplay Bunkus on the next one, and then close the third out with a waft, nothing's impossible. That's all I'm throwing out there.
Yeah, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. You know, none of these players have shown that they are invincible or unstoppable. I mean, every player, I think, has a personal loss on their behalf, regardless of how the team did. Okay, there's one at only 35%. This is okay. You know, Wario still has to get in close on DDD, which is a task within itself, but he can do stuff like this to him because he has really great air movement.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is pretty much mobility versus range. They've both got weight, they've both got a ton of kill power, but unfortunately, without that waft and without an extra 2 minutes to spare, Wario's comeback factor has now been eliminated.
Okay. I like that dash attack. He knew he was probably going to try to down tilt after the F smash.
You can just see Bunkus playing so much more confidently now that the waft is gone. Wow, the jet hammer turnaround, and that's going to close it out. Widener winning by 2 stocks. Still, great fight from Western Colorado. At no point did I feel like that was completely out of their hands. Probably until Deekster missed the waft.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You know, you have to make sure your wafts are on the money. I mean, he had a really good one earlier. Really great call out on, Charizard for there, but versus oh my god, good lord, I gotta see that one again too in slow motion after this first B-roll of the other one. Good lord, that setup was just filthy.
Yeah, both of these guys playing out of their minds to the best of their ability, but unfortunately Deekster going in already down 1 stock made it a lot easier for Bunkus to find opportunities like that. When you've got 2 stocks and only 30% working against you, then you have the opportunity to make some of these high-risk plays. And I think just in the crew battle format, when you get to send in a big slugger like DDD with that life lead, that's when you see some of the crazier stuff come into play.
Oh, 100%. Oh my god, that just was ridiculous. The nair into back air. I mean, just being able to combo so efficiently with a character like DDD is just dangerous for whoever has to go against him. Yep, and then the fake out, I thought he was good. The nair out of shield, very smart to go for. Probably thought he was a little bit closer on Bunkus, but Bunkus reassuring him he was not. So big shout out to Widener right here. Bankrolls with the Nest, GZ with the Pokemon Trainer, and a Bunkus with the King DD. That's a team full of killers that like to wear hats down there. And friends, as always, be sure to follow ACES_GG on Twitter and ACES_series on Instagram. If that hasn't convinced you, this weekend will certainly convince you. There's the All-Star game. You certainly won't want to miss that. That is just everything ACES series related definitely needs your attention.
Yep, it's of course going to be a crew battle of all the best players from each team. 2 captains, Bunkus and Fruit Smasher, drafting who they want on their team. It's going to be really fun to watch. And that's just a little warm-up for playoffs, which is, of course, next Thursday, same time, same place, here on twitch.tv/Philly Esports. That's when that $3,000 bag will be secured by only one of these extremely talented teams. Guys, we'll be right back with some final interviews for the night, or one final interview from Bunkus, crowd favorite. But before that, make sure you check out the Center Ring podcast. Got your host Tim and Anuj always holding it down for you guys with the latest and greatest news in esports. Check them out on Spotify, iTunes podcasts, or straight from the source, TCR.